Oh, I should have brought a patrol. Just kidding.
It's the middle of winter and we are down in Victoria spending the week tackling tough tracks in the State Forest northwest of Melbourne. Joined by local legends Uncle Pooly, Richard and Jono, the boys were keen to show off what this place has to offer. Dealing with breakages, wet conditions and night runs, this was one wild adventure. Proudly supported by Opus Campers, Ultimate 9, Tread, Superior Engineering, GME, and in part by. So just hit Cobaw State Forest. We've pulled up at one of the main campgrounds access points and we're airing down the tyres. They're talking snow down to 700 metres today, so it's absolutely freezing out here, very icy wind. This is my first time ever at Cobaw. I've never been here before, but it's one of those places I have wanted to come to. So Jono is the local here and he's going to be taking us on a bit of tour in his D-Max. So just saying, you're our local tour guide, this is your local spot. What's the plan for the Savo for us?
Well, we've got a bit of a normal, I guess, order of operation. So we go down to soil pit track. It's like the easiest one here. So we get warmed up there. And it's pretty cool, this area, because if you look at it on a map, it's actually tiny. So when you pop out of one track, you're driving for no more than 5 minutes to get to the next one. So yeah, we'll head to soil pit and then we'll probably hit up Stumpy, then probably Madman's, and I reckon that'll do us for the Arvo.
So Jono is wheeling literally the most insane D-Max you've ever seen. Solid axle swapped, coilovers, twin lockers, Hilux auto and 37-inch treps. Uncle Pooly is in the pub truck, twin locked 37s, coil converted and all the goodies you can get on a 79. And then Richo is in his custom built 40 series, 80 series coil chassis, twin lock GU diffs, turbo barra motor and 37-inch Goodyear boulders.
You just grab third about there somewhere yeah. And just hold it.
Try and jump it.
You would probably jump off one of them rocks yeah. And your front wheels will land up here.
Some solid advice there from Pooly. Jono is up though. First track, first obstacle of the trip. Let's see how he goes.
Definitely not gonna make it look that easy. Alright, first track, it's gonna be interesting. Jono just made it look easy. I got a bit of weight on the back, whole canopy, whole touring setup, and we're going rock crawling.
No front locker at the moment. So not in.
What just happened, mate?
Oh, you know, I definitely locked it, but I must have done it twice. I must have locked it and then walked around and unlocked it.
Let's try that again with the hub locked in.
Was that the gearbox?
Tail shaft.
Surely tail shaft destroyer.
Did it land on it? Oh. Did I do one? Easy Ben?
That's fine, I stacked it.
Far out. I was like, oh, it's gonna go, and then it bounced to the right. You know, I was gonna bring a tail shaft with me because I knew this was gonna happen.
Remember like 5 minutes ago when you said I'll go the left line so I don't destroy my tail shaft?
I literally said that, didn't I? And you're next.
Yeah, I'm next. You want to bring my car from winch you back? Yeah.
Yeah.
First track, First obstacle, and Pooly's got the old 2-piece tail shaft. Just slipped off the line and snapped it clean in half. Just winching him off now backwards.
My luck, go all the way to Cape York. Not a drama, but like go wheeling locally.
Carnage.
That's the problem. This place is just, that's what it's all about. Like this Cobaw is just literally
Push your
always
car to the
damaged.
limits.
I might be better off going to Melbourne. Uber tail shafts.
Or just having Pooly?
My front locker line snapped off the diff as well.
Jono, tell us what you found, mate.
We just found that there's, surprisingly, you wouldn't expect to find rocks here, but there is a rock and it's actually wedged behind the diff, which is causing us some dramas with Pooly's one-wheel drive. So we might reposition this rope and try and take a bit of weight off it.
I'm stuck on a Toyota handbrake, am I?
Alright, just start driving Pooly and then just switch it off. Get the tail shaft out yet? Like, is it still a shit spot away?
Good there. Yeah, you got heaps of room under there now too, coming from the back. This is the second time I've seen you do a tail shaft.
This is number 8.
Number 8.
It's number 8.
Are they, why is it such a big...
It's like, some of them I've just dinted them and then they vibrate.
Yeah, okay.
And other ones I've just had uni dramas, like in the desert, they're just bad luck.
Is it a thing on 79s to do tail shaft?
Yeah. I'll tell the patrol boys that I twisted it from all the power that they don't have.
Won't do that with a TD.
They feel thin.
I don't know why they can't just make a heavy duty one. That is Terrain Tamer's heavy duty one.
Yeah, right.
TJ's got this thing going where he reckons every time I go with anyone, they just ruin their cars. So he's going to be impressed with today's efforts.
Pretty standard ruining my car. I think I've got this thing where everyone that I go with, I ruin my car. Oh, I should have brought a patrol. Just kidding. I wouldn't have even made it to here if I had a patrol. I would have broke down on the way. There's the other half of my tail shaft. This is the other half of the... It's meant to be bolted to that. Snapped every single bolt.
So what's the rest of this coming out that you've broken? All your handbrake stuff?
Yeah, just my handbrake. I actually always have a bash plate on it. This is the only time that I haven't. I just like quickly slapped it in there for Melbourne Fall Drive show, and now I'm here trying to climb up Rockstep.
Well, that was a short-lived expedition with Uncle Pooly. He's off to source some replacement parts, and we'll catch up with him a little later in the trip.
Look, it's not a 35 line. Like no one's going to look at it and be like, anyone who knows that step knows you can't drive it on 35. So
Yeah, gonna go the left line.
Alright.
The patrol line.
Get it done, mate.
Alright, I'm going to go the same line that Pooly took his car out on because we're on the first obstacle of a big few days ahead, so let's not try and destroy another car. I'm just going to go the left-hand line.
Middle left. Go front locker.
Yeah, it was in.
Yeah, she's not spinning.
Bloody hell, here we go. E-locker's playing up again. I can see this is going to be a frustrating few days. We're up that line. That front locker's still playing up, love that.
Richo here. About to drive this little rock step. Pooly just did a tail shaft on it. Tyler sort of took an easier line around. It is day one, we're about 5 minutes in, but I just want to have a crack. I've got the new tyres on. Let's do it. So this line's alright, just a little bit more momentum.
Richo had a good crack at the main step, but he was just wanting to slide him offline every time, and he was going to end up doing the same thing as Pooly. So he ducked around the side step, and we were on our way. What was that? 2 hours and we got 30 metres of the first track done.
Yeah, that's Cobaw.
Second section on this track, some slippery clay ruts as you come around the corner up the hill and a rock step up the top there. Jono's up first. Jono made that look very simple. Let's see how I go. There's that noise again. It's like it makes that noise and then the lockers stop working. I swear it's the transfer case slipping.
Alrighty, second little obstacle, flexi rutted section, but if you were to drop in the rut it wouldn't be good, so hopefully I don't do that.
That was soil pit track done. As Jono said earlier, a lot of the tracks out Cobaw are only very short with a few main obstacles to fill. It was coming up 4 PM, but I reckon we had time to squeeze in one more drive for the afternoon, Stumpies.
G'day guys, it's Tyler Thompson's cameraman in training and we're just about to watch Jono do one of the big climbs.
He's making everything look very easy.
We'll see how I go on these steps. Front locker again.
Yeah, that is disengaging. Let's come right out and try again or something. Didn't quite have the clearance for the same Jono line. I just snuck up around the left there and we're through.
Righto, another little rocky step feature. Jono made it look easy. Tyler got a little bit hung up. I'm gonna try and drive the same line Jono did. We'll give it a go. No lockers. Nah. I turned them off for some reason.
to come right out of that hole. Every time your back's wanting to go in that hole and it's just smashing your lower control arm. So you have to get your back either up here or that side of it.
First main section of Stumpy's conquered. One more part to go. A rutted out muddy hill climb with some big rocks thrown in for good measure. The rain was getting heavier by this point. This was certainly going to be interesting.
Wow. What do you reckon about that?
It looks slippery.
Yeah.
It looks tricky, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, my concern is those 37s diffed out a lot of that, like, you know, buried in the holes, so I'm going to be up against it. And
Yeah.
it's currently pouring rain.
It's really lovely in Melbourne.
We'll see how we go, but...
Get it, Tiles. You.
Bit of full send and I was up that first bit. I just packed this second hole because I'm just diffing out.
The track was getting very wet and slippery by this point. I had the Goodyear boulders at 10 psi, but I reckon this was going to require some full send in the GQ.
Is that the rear locker, wasn't it?
Nah, he's playing up.
Yeah.
Just,
No locker. That's a real pain in the ass. I'll try once more, I suppose. Ooh, we're up. That was a wild ride. Really, really, really wish I had working loggers.
Mud rut section. Jono didn't make it look super easy. Tyler drove it actually pretty well. So let's see how this thing goes. Bigger tyres might be a little bit advantageous.
Straight through, first go.
Yeah, not bad. You made it easy for me, mate.
We're off that track now too. They've both only been very short, you know, a few hundred metres, half a K long. Now it's 5 o'clock, so I think we're gonna go find a camp now. Made it to camp, sun's out, nice grassy spot here in the trees. You said you got an update from Pooly, what did he say?
So he couldn't get an airline fitting for his front locker, which is an issue. The tail shaft that he thought he was going to get, that he had an issue with, didn't fit or whatever. So he's heading back to Geelong. He's going to get his spare tail shaft, hopefully get an airline fitting in the morning, and then his transfer case seal's also leaking. So fingers crossed we can get him back tomorrow, but it's not looking good.
Anyways, time to get this fire going. We were going to be in for a very cold winter's night.
Fire's cranking. I've put about 7 different layers on. It's so cold, and Jono's been kind enough to lend me his induction cooktop, which he says a must-have for down here in Victoria because gas doesn't really work when it's this cold.
Cooked up some burgers for dinner, got the Darche swag and stretcher set up, and attempted to keep warm by the fire for the night.
From where we camped, we're not very far at all to the start of Alcorn's track, which is the big name track out in this Cobaw, the hero track. So we're just walking up it now and it looks pretty bloody wild. The ground is all red clay as well and it's pretty slippery from yesterday's rain, so yeah.
What do you reckon, Tyler?
I reckon it's gonna be a wild morning getting up this track.
So it's 9 AM and we're getting stuck straight into Alcorn. So if you've heard of Cobaw or you've been to Cobaw, you've definitely either heard of or seen or attempted to drive Alcorns, and it's about as committing as it gets out here. And we thought we'll just wake up from camp, which was only about 100 meters away. My car's barely off cold and we're straight into it. So let's see what we can get up to. It's about the only way to drive these tracks here. It's there's only one line in the wet, and it's the line that the forest wants to give you. There's no real picket lines.
It is very cool to watch this D-Max in action, an extremely capable four-wheel drive that Jono has built up.
How's it going so far?
Oh, there's been some close calls in there. Like it's like the rocks were just placed however many millions of years ago, like a perfect car width apart, like within millimeters. So it's unreal getting up here. I feel like you just got to feel where the car wants to go. Like you might want to go a certain way, but you just got to like let the car sort of fall into a groove, and you're like, oh, there it is. Pretty much concludes Alcorns.
That car is honestly ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It should be doing it.
Like normally you watch your car drive up a track like this, you're like, oh yeah, you know, now I'll be able to have a go. But I watched that drive up and I'm like, why do I even bother? Did you say logger's not working?
The front's not, I can't see the rear.
Oh man, it looked like it was close.
But yeah, with the lockers, they're lighting up saying I've got power. I can hear the relays clicking. I don't have a multimeter on me to check 12 volt of the diff, but assumably it's going there. So I don't know, if you've watched my diff story, like you know that it's just been an ongoing drama. So I'll do a bit of diagnosing when I get home after this trip, and then yeah, after that they're probably gonna go. We'll get some air lockers.
Pwah! Good day guys, at Alcorn's track this morning. Tyler's about to have a drive, Jono's just driven. I'm just out here trying to get the pwah quotes up without Uncle Pooly. Pooly's done himself a mischief.
Richo's up there doing some flaws.
Big boy, rock packing.
Oh, got me working on my day off. I don't know about this.
Get in there, mate. I'd love to help, I'm just too busy holding the camera.
Yeah, that's alright, Richo.
Got the trusty old Warnheim out.
You know your way around one of these, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the rock packing didn't help me too much, and with the lockers playing up, it was out with the winch. Not off to a good start on Alcorns.
Yeah, that's the line. Just, yep.
First bit done.
Tyler's up to the gnarly part of the track. Just up here, there's like 5 big rock steps. Let's see how he goes.
Is that door you're talking about? No rear locker. Woo! That was sick. Surprised myself there. I did not think I'd go that well. That was only one winch and lockers that worked intermittently. That was good. Richo's up.
Mate, it's not small tyre country here. Like, you know, it's 37s and treps every day when it's this kind of condition. So if you're to come up here fully loaded for touring on 35s, like it's a pretty good effort.
Bottom of Alcorn's track, it's going to be really interesting. So tyre selection is everything here. Jono has a set of treps on and they're terrible on the road. However, there's a reason why winch trucks use them. They have a very limited life actually driving on the road. I've got the Goodyear Wrangler Boulder MTs, so does Tyler. Tyler's set is a set of 35s and it's partially worn. Mine are pretty fresh still. They only have maybe 5,000 Ks on them, and they're 37s. So it'll be interesting to see. Tyler drove everything. There were a couple of lines that Jono did that Tyler didn't, so I'll probably try and do more Jono's sort of style. But yeah, let's see how we go. It's gonna be interesting. I'm in for a good ride either way.
Nice job, Richo. Nailed the first section. Let's keep it going. The Barracuda is upper.
Yeah, it feels like the nose is just too far right.
Yeah.
Hey, how you feeling about this spot?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in nicer spots. It feels like if I go any more that way, I've probably lost my car.
With the slippery conditions, Richo unfortunately couldn't get the traction he needed to climb the step and was only getting pushed across into an unsafe spot. So it was out with the winch.
I mean, I could just keep it hooked up and just see how we go.
With a little assistance from the winch, Richo was up the big step. The track is not over yet though, some massive ruts and rocks still to go.
That's what the bar works for, I guess. Get the rattle can out, eh? Yes, I got the hard line, really stoked on that. I've always wanted to do Alcorns, so tick, Barra 45, did me proud.
We're all up Alcorns. That was really good fun. Following Jono now, I think he's got a couple more tracks in mind for the morning. So this was actually going to be our last track of the day, Mers track, but it was a bloody good one and very challenging. As per usual, Jono leading the way in style through some off-camber ruts. I was up next in the GQ. Richo was running 8 PSI in his tyres. You can see them bagging out really well and providing plenty of grip. We're through that first little flexi section, and then we've got a pretty monster hill climb up through here, which looks fairly wild. There's a bit more raw full driving footage in this episode. Comment down below whether you're enjoying it or you'd rather more music, drone shots and talking. Either way, we're pumping out videos 7 AM every Sunday on the channel, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of the action. Now see this step? Watch how simple it looks for Jono. Keep this in mind when you watch myself and Richo attempt the same step in a minute. Jono made that look very easy in the D-Max. See how I go in the Patrol. First bit done. All happening on this bit. The front's lifting up in the air and it's struggling to climb a couple of big rocks at once here. That helped. That was a good climb, that one. We're up. Then we got a monster straddle here. So this is the same step that Jono just drove as if nothing was there. Chuck a couple more rocks in and see if it'll help me climb up. This is a dodgy rock climb and straddle, this one.
Yep, coming.
Not working. Am I in the rut now? Am I right to back out this way? Oh, it's not working driving that low. I don't quite have the grip and clearance and tyre size to get me up, so quick winch and we'll be up.
was a bit of a scene, but we got there.
Okay, another little pinch here. MERS track. Should be good. Let's do it.
Might have to start calling it Richo's 79, the amount of wheel lifts this bloke's doing.
So Richo goes on this big step here.
One final reminder, this is the step that Jono drove as if nothing was there.
There we go.
Every time. Let me just have a look where you are there.
Nice and caught up, I'd imagine.
That's what happens when we try and keep up with Jono.
Yeah, that's right. I thought I had it.
It was so close.
Next drive, next time.
One more section of this track remaining. Let's go.
So we're at the top of MERS track now. I'm back to the car park, exactly where we started. Well, we're pretty much 24 hours later. Fun couple of days out in Cobaw though. I think there's still a couple more tracks left to do out here, but I might save them to next time. Pooly has called and he has his car all fixed up. He's back on the road heading back towards us. So we're gonna go meet him and then continue this adventure in a different area next. Richo's got to head off today, so he's not gonna be here for the next part of the trip. So maybe we'll do a quick walkthrough of your car while we got you.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, 60-second run through. It's an 80 series chassis, 40 series cab, Barra turbo engine, something I built in my shed. A lot of custom work, a lot of custom fab. It's got Nissan Patrol diffs under it, the best diffs in the business. Tyler knows.
Yeah.
Wouldn't consider anything else. And yeah, I mean, it's probably done 40,000 Ks now in the last 2 years since it was built, and we've done tracks all over Australia. It's going well. It's gotten to the point now where it's quite reliable, so I'm really happy with the build.
And if people want to see more of this car and you, what's the best place?
My YouTube channel, check out Design and Built.
And then while we got you here, Jono, we'll do the same for you, because this is one absolutely incredible car. So what is it?
So it started off as my daily Isuzu D-Max, especially my work car, and then I just have a problem. I get very carried away with mods. So it's still the 4J. It's got an N70 auto in it. I wanted stick transfer, so I went that way. It was very bad putting Toyota parts in the car, but it's all right. 4J gated turbo auto, GU diff in the front, D-Max rear. It's obviously solid axle, coilovers and hydros, and coilovers and hydros in the back as well. So as you can see in the video, it almost drives itself. It's basically the Tesla of the bush, I think. Autopilot.
The 37-inch trap's a big 24-volt winch on the front. There's not many places this car can't go.
Yeah, the winch is your, I guess, saving grace. Like, you know, I can pretty safely point it up just about anywhere a car has been. I'll pretty confidently send it up there, so it's good fun.
I think this last couple of days been a bit of a wake-up call for me, because I'm normally used to, you know, having a pretty capable car on 35s, twin-locked, but this car really steps it up to the next level.
Well, it's easy when, you know, you live close to these areas. Like, you know, this is basically all I want to do with this car. Whereas, you know, in your case, you're touring and you're still doing that all-rounder situation where, unfortunately, you know, trips driving all up and down the countryside is not practical at all. So for me, it's just lucky that I'm nearby the bush and I can come out here. I've got a playground like at my doorstep, so it's the perfect place to own a car like this.
Where can people see more of you in the car if they want to see it?
I don't actually do YouTube, unfortunately, myself, but Uncle Pooly, I usually feature a fair bit with Uncle Pooly, so check his channel out, and otherwise just on Instagram at 17_DMax.
Couple of very awesome and capable cars. A bit of a shame Pooly missed out on most of this trip, but that's alright, we'll catch up again with him soon. Definitely a bit of a learning curve. My car's, you know, maybe more set up for touring compared to these cars.
Grab another gear. Yeah, boy. He's into it. TD on tour.
So if you want to see the second half of this adventure, it was all filmed for Uncle Pooly's YouTube channel. Keep an eye out over there, it's coming soon.
I just popped the Darche up. That's you for the night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Get my awning out. Can you get a beer out of the fridge?
We might struggle, I'd say.
It's the wrong way to KFC.
Can you get me a beer out of the fridge? I'm thirsty.